Hey guys, welcome back. Now, Steve Wozniak, known to friends as Woz, is most well known for being one of the co-founders of Apple. Apple is the world's most successful company right now, with a market cap of around $2.5 trillion. Where Steve Jobs was the hard-talking, business-savvy entrepreneur of Apple, Woz was the engineer and brains behind the world's first personal computer, the Apple I. Sexy. And what you may not know is Woz is a big fan of Bitcoin, calling it pure gold mathematics. And he just gave a price prediction of $100,000. And also, probably what you don't know is that Woz has put his own name behind a crypto. So there is in fact a Woz Coin. And so in this video, we'll be looking at how Woz first got into Bitcoin, his current thoughts on Bitcoin, and why he thinks it's going to $100,000. Then Woz gives a warning to all crypto investors, and also how to avoid the crypto scams. And then we'll finish up with more about this Woz Coin, and how this company is trying to revolutionize the energy sector. As always, if you do enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like, always appreciated. Okay, so first up, Woz shares how he first got into Bitcoin and this huge price target of $100,000. Ready? Let's do this.
Now, Bitcoin is safe because it's the big elephant on the block. It's stable.
Right.
Like conservative thinking, you go for the big ones, and they'll be around. And yeah, Bitcoin is
So you
stable. So I don't invest.
You don't invest.
I have never invested in stock in my life. I've never used Apple's stock app on the iPhone, ever. Because why? It goes to my happiness formula. I found that my head gets to a peaceful spot where it's not worrying about everything being up and down, up and down, up and down, like day traders. I had day traders around me, and I watched what they went through, and I just turned the other way. I don't read any financial papers. I don't want to be, I don't want that to affect my life, so I never invested in stocks. Bitcoin, I bought a bunch of Bitcoin at the start to say, how do you play with this new thing? How do you buy something online? And I conquered that. And how do you buy things in other countries? And how would you even pay for like a donut in another country? Mm-hmm. How can you find an ATM that works on your Bitcoin? And I wanted to experiment and learn it all. And then Bitcoin went way up. Well, I got scared and I sold all my Bitcoin except one Bitcoin. That's not my purpose, is to have enough to play with and experiment with, but not to make money on. And 2 times it's gone way up and made money. And just recently, I think Bitcoin is going to go to 100,000. I just, I don't know where you get that feeling. I can't put any mathematics to it. I just really feel it from all of the interest. Mm-hmm. The interest in crypto is so high. And so I put a bunch of money into an online wallet account, Coinbase. And pretty much it's sitting right where it was right now. Went way up, it doubled, and then it halved again. And, but that's not my way in life. That's not important to me.
So, interestingly, he'd bought a bunch of Bitcoin way back when the price was probably a couple of $100, and then it shot up and it kind of freaked him out as he wasn't really in it for the money. I guess when you have a spare couple of $1 billion in the bank, you don't really need to speculate, right? But then interestingly, he did buy back in, and he said the price had doubled and then halved again. So I'm guessing he probably bought back in around the $30,000 mark. And as he mentioned, he thinks Bitcoin will get to $100,000 per coin, and this is simply because of all the demand there is for crypto. Okay, next up, Woz gives a warning to all the people who may want to invest in crypto. As with many things in life, there is a dark side to crypto.
It's hard to erase things that humans have learned and can put into books, methods of doing it. Some countries have even disallowed crypto and blockchain technologies. It can be used a lot. I think it's being used a lot these days to rip people off. I'll start a crypto, I'll hire an engineer that knows how to create it, and I'll get a celebrity to back it up, and we'll put out the Kim coin, Kim Kardashian, or something like that. That's probably a bad example, but
It's a great example.
That's a great example.
It is?
It's a really good one.
Okay, because I don't do social web, so I don't really know the names to use. But we'll call, and I see that happening all the time. And then the founders that started it pull off some millions of dollars right away from investors that say, I want to get in quick and early when it's young because it's going to grow like Bitcoin. I'll make $1 billion out of pennies. And they jump in, and then it goes to zero. That's the common story. It's not the only story. There's some others that have made it for a while for some good reasons. Yeah, so I'm kind of NFTs fall into that category too. The number of people getting ripped off on crypto and NFTs is just outrageous.
So he mentions about there being a lot of scams in crypto, and unfortunately, this is true. With a staggering 18,000 different cryptos out there, I would say that probably 99% of them are not very good. And then a high percentage of them probably are just trying to get investor money with lots of big promises and then rug pulled. Though I do think it's worth adding that at least 1% of them are not just good, but they're the game-changing technology that the next generation of internet is going to be built on. And so by that math, it means there's at least 180 excellent cryptos out there, and which is why I personally stick to the top 20. As with the large caps, they're going to be a lot safer, and you'll probably avoid the vast majority of the scams. Okay, to finish up, did you know that Steve Wozniak has put his own name behind a specific crypto project? Pretty cool, right? And it's all about conserving energy. Check this out.
Now, more recently, there was a group that approached me, and what they do is they look at ways you can make electricity costs more efficient. Go into a big company, a big factory, and change lights and change air conditioners and do other things and make it use less electricity. And then they would collect a portion of the savings, but they would have to finance it themselves. They'd have to go in, do all the installations of the materials, and they were making tens and hundreds of millions of dollars a year for like 6 years. This is an ongoing successful company that has a formula. They're real people. And crypto was starting up. And I talked to them for 2 years. It took them to talk me into joining them, as I liked what they did. But what they made it really interesting. We're going to have a crypto coin on an exchange. They wound up naming it WozX, and it's on an exchange in Malta and a couple other places. And then people can buy in, and the blockchain tracks everything from turning on a light switch to all the costs involved in the savings, and you get part of the savings right in the blockchain. You as the investor in it, and it's called F-Force. EFFORCE, and I really love what it's all about. It's all about energy efficiency. I was about that my whole life.
So the company is F-Force, the world's first blockchain-based energy-saving platform, and the token is WozX. And unfortunately, since the time of launch around the beginning of 2021, the price chart does not look good. It's lost almost 90% of its value. And I have to admit, just because I'm a big fan of Apple and Steve Wozniak, I was very tempted to put some money in, while the prices have been crushed. However, as mentioned, I personally just really stay in the top 20 with the large caps, as investing in crypto is risky enough. At the time of this recording, WozX was around position 677 out of the 18,000, so it would be classed as very high risk, but it would come with a very high potential reward, especially when we go into the next big bull market. So there you are, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Tell me, what do you think about Steve Wozniak's big Bitcoin price target of $100,000? And also, will you be investing in the WozX token while the prices are down? Let me know below. But for now, just to say, if you did enjoy anything in the video, then drop a like, and a big thank you to everyone who does. If you haven't yet subscribed, click below and join us. Got some great videos coming up that you don't want to miss. Okay, cheers guys. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.